Okay, hi guys. I know you're surprised. I already applied the shadow first on my eyes, but I was thinking I wasn't going to be able to film this because I couldn't swatch, but I found a way to swatch it because the pans are so tiny, so you have to forgive me. But those are the shades, and I have just gone in with these shades on my eyes. And you know me, I just use concealer on my eyes and that's it. So I've just gone in with that first shade, this one. That's what you have on my eyes, right? So I apologize, and that's what it looks like on the brush. It's just I was scared I wouldn't be able to, so I was gonna like, should I just pass on this part of the video? But I thought, you know what, let me just show you guys. So thankfully, so that's what it's looking like. And this is my first time really using a Chanel cord. I did buy one time and I got pissed off because it was too tiny and I just gave it away. So this is the first time I'm actually using a Chanel cord. So let's go into the shade. That's what that shade looks like on the brush. Chanel, you can do better. Just like make your whatever bigger, man. This is so tiny, man. Like, because not everybody wants to like literally squeeze their hands in there. You can do like a bigger, the same way you're able to do that blush and eye palette. You can just do something just for eyeshadows alone. A lot of people would buy it, believe it or not, and just make it a little bit deeper like this. You're on the right track. That'd be good. Um, let's go into the shades. I don't know what to play with. Five. So let's go into this one. This one is the one I'm most excited about. Let's see the T. Okay. I'm gonna build it up again. Okay, so that's that shade. That's beautiful. For pigmentation, I have to give it Chanel. I mean, for what they are, this is nice. Nice pigment for Chanel standard. So yes, that's nice. I don't know if I have. I'll have to check if I have a Galon quad. I think that has that shade. We'll have to see if I want to compare that. Okay, right. So that's that. We've used 2 or 3 shades, as you know. Let's go back into the shade and just push it there. I'm gonna go back and I'm just trying to create a dimension, so nothing serious here. Okay, all right. Let's leave it there. Let's go into this shade now. I know I haven't used this, but let's go into this. I want to see. Okay, I'm just thinking I probably need to do comparison between this and the Tom Ford. Okay. Let's take that more. Okay, that shade is, yeah. Okay, let's go into this one. Okay, impressed. I was thinking that shade was not even going to show up on my lower lash. But okay, let's go back. Okay, I can use the same brush right here. Let's go back to the shade and this one. Since we're trying to stick to the palette. Okay, now I just need to do some, little bit of my corrections. I want to go back into the shade and sort of See what I mean? See how tiny it is? Like it just feels like if you squeezing and squeezing your brush in there, after a matter of time, it's just gonna like everything is just gonna be gone. You know, that's the bit I don't like about the. It's too tiny. You can just make, you know, easier size, not some tiny, toyish. What do you say? Eyeshadow cord or quaint or whatever you want to call this. Now I'm just playing around, yeah, so it's just okay. Let me use mascara and come back. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Mascara applied. I don't use liners, but okay, so let's and then those are the shades here. Now let's go into swatches. Let's do first, I want to show you Galon to see if you have a Galon cord. See if you have that orange shade or that orange looking shade. Let's try the shade. You know the shade from Galon? Let's put it here. Okay, the Galon shade is deeper. All right, so that's passed. Right, let's swatch it. Let's compare it to Tom Ford, yeah? The bronze aisle. Those are the only comparisons I can do. Don't even think about comparing this to Pat McGrath. Depth-wise, everything, they're not in the same class. So let's go in with this. And don't say I don't love you. See what I'm doing? Taking off my watch. Okay, so that's the first shade of Tom Ford. Second shade. Third. Okay. And then you have this beige shade. Okay, so you see Tom Ford. This is Chanel. This is Tom Ford. Chanel, Tom Ford. All right. You can see that. So I don't know what's come. I think even this is even deeper than this. Let me even take that shade and put it on there to even bring some depth here. Let me know if you notice a difference on the depth when I'm using this one on top. Let me know. So yeah, okay, so let's continue. Let's do cheeks and everything, and then you're gonna get my thoughts in the end. Maybe if I'm like a bit clumsy, I'm in a hurry, right? I said in my previous video I'm on speed dial, so yeah, just bear with me today. I've got to be somewhere for 1:30 and I'm still here. Right, okay, so let's go in. I want to play, you know me, I said I was going to play with these two blush sticks. Where am I going to, okay, let me use this part of my hand to put it on my skin, because I don't apply directly. I'm going to put that one first. And then I'm going to play with this one. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Chanel stuff. Something's playing up in my head. Let me keep my thoughts to myself until I'm done. Until I'm done, because I'm actually laughing at the thoughts that are playing up in my head. You don't want to know. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm using this part of my hand to pick up the blush sticks, and I'm just going to apply it. Hopefully, I was able to pick up something. I don't know. But the focus today was the eyeshadow cord. You know what I mean? So if you stay on my channel, you know me, I'm going to play with this over and over again, so okay, I just had to go in again there, and I've just combined the two blush sticks, but it's just subtle because I want to use the Soleil Couchant, you know what I mean? So okay, so let's do Soleil Couchant. Okay, so let's do Soleil Couchant. And this is just because we're trying to just create a uniform look, aren't we? So let's do that. Using this BK Beauty brush, I'll pick the shade. I don't think this line really divides the product properly. I don't like when it looks dirty. Okay. Let's apply this. Now beforehand I went in just lightly with the blush stick, the two blush sticks at the high part of my cheeks, just so you know. There. So I'm using Soleil Cushion today because I want to create like a uniform look to tie to the eyes. Okay, just going more, trying to build up a little bit more. Okay, that's that. Now let's go into the highlighter. I haven't compared this highlighter to the Jour Contrast, but I've compared the Eclat de Soie, the pink one, so I'd have to do it at some point. And it would be nice to compare it to the Dior Sequin one, but I don't have it because I thought that shade is too deep. But I don't have it. If I find it on offer somewhere, I'll probably pick it up. Okay, so I've gone in with two lip liners. Yeah, I've gone in with this one. This is the shade 194, and I've gone in with 204, Rouge Noir and Brune Foncé. So we're going to do the lipstick straight away. And that's this is, if you've watched my previous video, you've seen that I have done it already. So I'm just wanting to, let's tie the look together. I'm gonna spray my face now. Okay, I've sprayed my face and I've just, yeah. Okay, so let's just start talking about this. So this one, I love the color theory here, but depth, this one has a much more depth. Even the shade, as you saw when I swatched it, this shade has more depth than this shade. All right, the color still is nice, for a brown skin girl, you can wear this like your everyday. I'm not trying to even put it in the league of Pat McGrath, Natasha. Let's ignore that. Just for the quad, whatever, you can just increase the depth. But now, more importantly, let's talk about the size of this thing. This thing is tiny. This is tiny, and there's not. Let's not even, because sometimes you see on the video and you're thinking, okay, it's big. No, it's tiny. See that? And it's so difficult for somebody who's got nails to like try to put their hands in there to go for swatches. If you watched the video and I was trying to film this, I was so scared, like I thought I wouldn't be able to get it out. So please, and some people that have bigger, what do you call these things, right, this part of your fingers, yeah, if they're bigger, or bigger thumbs and whatnot, you call this, I don't remember, they would also struggle. So Chanel, if you can make those blush and eye palettes, you can definitely make your eyeshadow quads to bigger, at least the pans. We're not talking about the gram. If you want to keep the same size of gram, just make it bigger. That'd be better. It's really a concern, and that's why sometimes, for me, I think maybe for some people, that's why sometimes I have skipped your shadows for years. This is the first time I'm using your eyeshadows, and I've been using Chanel products for a while. First time, so that says a lot. Right, now let's talk about the color story is nice. As I said, I love the color story. This one, if it had more depth as well, be better, but it's okay for your everyday, the Dior, the Chanel aesthetics, they give you like your everyday. This is nice. I wanted to pick this up because I was really curious to see what it was like if I compared this together. If I put this side by side, the difference here is this one has your whatever shade, this one has at least 2 or more shades to play with, this and this, right? And then you have this shade and this shade particularly. So yes, it's, if you say in terms of brightness, this one is. And if you check my old video where I've reviewed this, you see that I think one of the videos I looked for something to put in here. So this one has the brightening, whatever, inner eye, tear ducts. Yeah, this one will give you that. So that's it. Now, depth, I'm sure with you guys can go deeper a little bit. It'd be nice if you made this a little bit deeper. And then I don't want to say I look forward to seeing you have. I'm sure you've done something with a taupe brown or something like that. I probably haven't picked it up, but I like this. And I don't know how true it is, but I hear this is the deepest of those other ones, the others other queens. I don't know how true. If it is, then I'm gonna pass. This is the only one I'm gonna pick until I see something deeper. I don't know how true that is. But that's what I saw somewhere somebody said. But overall, it's nice. But Chanel, I like your aesthetic of, okay, you're keeping it subtle, but not for eyeshadows. Eyeshadows, you just need to go a little bit. You really need to go a little bit deeper. You need to start making like really impactful. That thing where you just make it, it's deep. It looks deep in the pan when you apply the eyes. It's not too deep. It works for your blushes, for all of that. It's nice. But for the eyes, especially for brown skin girls, if you want to cater to the black skin community, you need to go just a little bit deeper. This is, I said, this is a step in the right direction. What I have on my eyes, but I'm sure you can begin to create like quads like this, where you have reasonable sizes of eyeshadows and they're deeper, so that black skin girls can benefit. That's all I have to say from that. But for this collection, it is nice. I see why this Soleil Couchant ties with this late sun, and then the other one. Sorry, this eyeshadow, the golden palette, ties with the Soleil Couchant and the late sun lipstick. It is beautiful. If you wanted to pick this up together like this is nice. You'll be able to create a cohesive look. The late sun is the shade that pairs beautifully with the Soleil Couchant, which is the deeper blush, and this golden eye palette. So together, yes. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for now, and we're going to call it a day. By the way, I love this Chance. Is it Chance? I got the test of this. It's a bit fruity and stuff. I like it, and maybe at some point, if I find it enough, I'll probably pick this up. It's quite nice. I love this. It has this fruity floral thing going on. It's really nice. I could perceive it even while I was sleeping later yesterday, and I was thinking, oh, okay. So that's really nice.